Hello, guys. It is 7 o'clock, and it is time for us to sit around and have some drinks and some snacks and chat about these soap operas today. Now, I don't know how many of y'all are here for Days, but I'm going to tell you, Days has really been impressive these past couple of days. And if you're not watching it, you owe it to yourself to add it to your viewing schedule. Bold is gonna be bold, and they out here doing more stunt casting for October. We got a new one today. We'll talk about that later. The Young and the Restless, I'm still really not getting into it like I should, but I see you guys talking about it, and hopefully somebody will have some input on that, as well as on General Hospital. And I spent some time catching up on those episodes because my antenna hates me. So we'll get into it as much as we can. The other hosts are running a little bit behind tonight. Hey, darling, come on in. Sam will
Hey,
not be
Bubbles.
tonight. Hey, and I believe Lady Sanchez is going to be running a little bit behind, but everybody else will be here and people are in YouTube. So we're going to get today started. And if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit notify so you know when we go live. And then you don't have to keep up as much on your own. Miss Darling, what's up with you?
Nothing much. I was very impressed with Days, but they've been doing that regularly yet lately.
Girl, I felt like Wendy Chan today every time somebody opened their mouth. Hey, Can. Every time somebody opened their mouth on Days this morning, I felt like Wendy, like, oh my gosh, what did I just walk into? Oh
Ex-
my God, what kind of family is this?
Normally, you have to know people for more than a day or two before you get the kind of tea that Miss Wendy got today.
Ain't it been the same day though? Ain't it the
Yes,
same day?
it literally is the same day because she got the same jacket on. So I'm like, Wendy, you this is like practically your first day in Salem, and not only are you getting to meet all the people, you getting all their tea too.
She got a crash course in Salem. Like, here's everything that you need to know about everybody that you've met so far. Boom.
Hey, Bubbles.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey, I
Candy.
can't hardly hear y'all. I got y'all on speaker, but I can't hardly hear you. So I'm gonna step out and then come right back in. Maybe
okay,
that's me.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I do know that I don't like the way this mic that I have sounds on the playbacks. I might try my other mic, but I didn't like the way that camera was because it wasn't sharp enough. And I'm not using the camera yet, but at some point I'll be using my
Mhm.
camera. But I kind of sound a little tinny, and I'm trying to determine if it's because I'm too close to the mic or I'm too far away from the mic or if I just need to work on some of these other settings. But sometimes I sound horrible, and I'm not just saying that because most people think that they sound horrible. I know that I don't. Um,
Well,
it's
I can tell you bluntly, I didn't realize how big my mouth was until I listened to some of the playbacks.
oh yeah, you guys are all a vibrant crowd, and I love it.
But yes, Miss Wendy got all the tea about pretty much everybody, basically everybody she done met. She done got some tea on them. I was looking at Johnny like, Johnny, you might scare this girl off.
Right. Don't be telling her all your crazy ass family business right now. Talking about, well, I was Trip, me and Trip ain't really all that solid because one time I was trying to sleep with his mama, and then my daddy made his mama leave town. And then, I was married to Chanel, but then we got a divorce, but then now she dated my sister. But it's all okay because she had a threesome with this boy over here. Like, I'm like, they put everything in a nutshell today. How's it now, Can?
It's beautiful now.
Okay, see, we ain't do nothing.
Yes, it was me.
But yes, I know. And then
Anyway.
she threw, and then he threw in. Well, yeah. When Allie's my twin sister, but we got different daddies too.
And
So
she was like, hold on, I can't do y'all no more. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna go back to Alaska because y'all got too much going on.
Yeah, that was she was probably like, y'all sure we in the Midwest with all this action? This look like a sleepy burg of a town, but y'all sure don't have sleepiness. But I really enjoyed that because one thing I like about Wendy is that one, she to say that I don't know if they're gonna go there with her and Johnny, because I honestly feel like Johnny is more of the option that she's looking at subconsciously, at least at this early stage, because she's not checking for Trip or his brother. She really not. She considered them friends. That's really what it looked like. So
But I feel
she,
like she could fall into a threesome with them too, and it wouldn't be no nothing, because that's what Days is doing right now.
oh yes, they are being extremely adventurous, which I'll be very blunt. I'm all for it. But yeah, that was too funny with them walking in there just as Allie telling Sonny, "Well, yeah, we kind of did have a threesome with your brother," and Johnny standing there looking like, what in the hell did I walk up in here with?
Right. You won't let
Uh,
me sleep on the couch because y'all freaks in here having threesomes.
that's what I would have been thinking. Oh, this why I can't be staying around here. I'm cramping your style, your freaky deaky menage a trois style. That's what this is about.
You freaks need a third, but I'm not the third you need because I'm related by blood.
Exactly. But also, I think because I really was struck by Johnny telling Wendy that that he wanted to get past everything, all this mess that had been going on, and find something or someone a little less complicated. Because yes, his last two strikes at love had been extremely complicated. First with Michelle, and then this whole thing with Ava. Even though it didn't come to nothing at the end of the day.
When Wendy looked at him and said, Ava, ain't she old enough to be your mama too? I died. My whole soul died. I was like, Wendy is out here reading my tweets live because I've already said I don't know about. I mean, I like Johnny and Ava together, but I mean, Sammy ain't in the town, and I feel like that's the only reason why Ava still got all her teeth. Because
Mm.
I think Ava might be older than Sammy, and you out here with her little baby boy. I don't know how I feel about your odds, girl.
I mean, let's be honest. You see, when Sammy don't really feel a person who pushing up on one of her peoples, you know how it's like, because you know how she is with Kristen, and you know how she is with Nicole ass. Though her and Nicole have a lot of subtext there, but that's another story. So I'd have no doubt she would have been like, "Excuse me, who you trying to be with? Whose son? I know you don't mean mine. Not one of mine."
not Giovanni Demira. I know that's not who you're talking about. No Giovanni Demira. No, you must be talking about somebody else. That who you talking about? That Johnny L. DeBarge was asking about who's Johnny. That's who you. But not my son. Yeah, that would have been Sammy. She would have been ready to go blow for blow with Ava in the middle of the streets. Found it out. But see, she's conveniently away doing whatever it is she doing while her mama dying. And her children
Hmm.
out here having little mini orgies all over town.
Exactly. So, and also, where I'm pretty sure if she came back, she'll come back to all this chaos and be like, "Okay, I haven't been gone that long, and you done hooked up with somebody who older than me, and you over here with your girlfriend who you stole from your brother, which I kind of respect because stealing somebody, man or woman, is just a family tradition in this part of the family. So
On
whatever."
both sides. On both sides of the
On
family.
both sides. So I can't get upset about that. But then you decided to go have a threesome with your brother-in-law's brother. Okay. Hmm. Y'all apparently you all need to be watched. And the thing is, Wendy, by comparison, is definitely the less complicated option of anything for Johnny. But I also think Johnny probably felt a little bit. He probably felt some type of way because, I mean, if the shoe was on the other foot, it's kind of like if I lost the person I loved to a sibling, only to find out that my sibling and this person is out here having threesomes, you kind of be like, well, shit, what the hell I lost out for? This is basically it's kind of like a matter of They chose you over me, and that's what y'all doing with that choice? Okay, I'll be goddamn. And you know that, and what I want to know is Allie going to tell Chanel that she let that information slip? Because granted, they're all grown, and it ain't nobody damn business what anybody get up to in their bedroom.
Child.
But
Oh,
I don't think they kind of want that out in the public discourse.
well, I mean, I mean.
I mean, because my thing is, first of all, one, Alex, fine, sexy Alex. Because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, y'all can keep him in shirtless and handcuffed to as many beds as you want to. Like I was like, case in point, I was truly impressed today with the fact that outside of his interactions with Stephanie, we're gonna talk about that some too. He was there to get him an easy piece, and he sure got him an easy piece. Circumstances be damned.
Circumstances be completely damn. But you know what? I did like Alex with Sloane. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
They got that kind of like a wow edge going on with them, which I really approve of. It's sexy, it's strictly no strings attached, and it's fun. They seem really fun. On the other hand, Miss Stephanie, I'm okay. You already know I'm predisposition to not like her because of
Girl,
who
I
child she
don't like
is.
her either. So you amongst friends. You
Okay,
already
good.
amongst friends. Cause
Uh,
I can't stand her Abigail part two ass either.
she got on my goddamn nerves today because my first thing is one, why you being so you can't stop being your parents' child for 2 seconds. You are breaking and entering into somebody's apartment, and you are still standing here judging what you see when you get on the other side of the door.
Ain't had the damn nerve to ask him what he was doing there. Bitch, what it look like I'm doing here? I ain't got on nothing but my damn drawers and I'm handcuffed to the headboard. You do the math, Sherlock Holmes. You
It,
tell me what you think I might be doing here in my damn drawers, handcuffed to the bed. What you think? Just give it. You know what? I'm gonna give you three guesses. First two don't count because you know everybody blows the first two. But that third
hmm
time, you better strike lightning and hit magic or some shit. I don't know. What is you doing here? No,
I
bitch,
was
what is you
like,
doing here? You ain't got no keys.
exactly. And he heard you pick the lock. And I'm sitting up here like, and then when she had the nerve to walk over there and throw the sheet over him, I'm like, honey, Alex ain't ashamed of a goddamn thing and he don't need to be.
Honey, I posted earlier. I think this is how you get lost counting to six. Because the ripples from the muscles in that man's abdomens when he was laying in that bed, I swear, I don't know, I count like 6, 8, 10, 10 pack. He had a 12 pack. They used to call them suitcases back in the 90s. He got a whole damn suitcase of muscles on his abdomen. And her prudish behind gonna sit there and try to cover him up. Girl, we already know you got the hots for him because you had to cover him up. If he was
It,
nothing going on, you would have just sat there looking at him like he was stupid and half naked. But you got a
mm,
little bit warm, probably got a little bit moist, and you had to
hmm
cover him up before you forgot that you supposed to not like him. I would have taken advantage. Sloan would have walked in on us, and when she came in, I would say, "Girl, he called me, and told me to come over here. I didn't know this was your place." Mm.
Exactly. And the part that cracked me up, I'm like, girl, please, just like some kind of puritanical East Coast school mom, you're uncomfortable with your own sexual attraction to him, so you need to cover it up so you don't see it. Girl, please, get crucial. Figure
What
yourself out, ma'am.
girl? The part that killed me was her running and hiding in the next room, right? And then as she's tiptoeing out, she's turning around and looking back to look at what you looking at.
And sneering. I wanted to say, if you don't mind your business, Stephanie, the boy is kissing up or is there, he's there for what he came for. Okay, he was there for reasons that they didn't have nothing to do with your regular ass. Oh, and I love how she apparently thinks that because she exposed that Sloan is unethical, is that supposed to mean something to Alex Kyriakis?
But she unethical
What?
too. She's
Yes, she
unethical
is.
too because she went and got that money in that suitcase and had Chad the mirror out there trying to pay her off with fucking funny money. She ain't got no morals either. She's just as equally unethical because you sit here creating a crime to take care of a crime. Blackmail is a crime. Because
Yes,
if
it
you
is.
paying the blackmailers with counterfeit money, honey, you part of the crime circle now too.
Exactly. And also I just have to say, I'm not too familiar with her business and how well that is going for her, but she is strictly Bush League. I am so sorry. She is absolutely Bush League in her job. And the fact that Chad, who as you say is your least favorite Demera, and I see why, is caught up is trying to assist her in this bullshit. I'm like, okay, you know what? First of all, you don't really know what you're doing because if you can't, because the original idea was a good one. Okay, the idea was, hey, we'll use some fake cash in order to go ahead and make her think that she's getting what she wants and get the deal. Obviously they don't must not have no telenovelas or no narco shows or nothing on the streaming in Salem for her not to know how you supposed to handle how counterfeit cash is supposed to be handled for her Chad. And the fact that Chad is the mayor makes that even more shameful.
Girl, Chad offered up for real money. Chad offered to pay with real money. And she probably should have let him, except for Paulina told her that she didn't want to pay that woman. So whatever she fucked up she done made, that is on her. She never should have even tried to give that lady fake money because Paulina told her, we are not paying her. Don't even try to pretend to pay her. This is all on Stephanie. And what is her damn business anyway? She's supposed to be a PR, public relations.
Exactly.
I ain't never heard of nobody's PR person going out here stealing fake money and breaking into people's houses and doing all this shit that Stephanie's doing.
You know what? I know what happened, girl. I know exactly what happened. This she thinks she Olivia Pope. She thinks she running some kind of crisis management office that can do this all this time. Oh, that's I have a feeling in her head that's who she thinks she is.
Well, girl, she better wake up before she need Annalise to come get her ass out of jail for this all these crimes she's up in here committing. And the funny thing was having Leo's ass be the one to make that money. And Chad sitting there trying to, oh no, this money real. She was like, listen, baby, let me tell you something about Leo motherfucking Stark. Don't nobody love money more than Leo Stark. Leo Stark would have a baby with money and he would give birth to it. Is how much he loves money. So if Leo Stark is telling me that this motherfucking money ain't real, I mean, I got to go with the subject matter expert. Y'all thought tried to pull the okey doke over on me. I'm so glad that my little in love with currency friends stopped by over here because y'all was gonna really have me in these streets trying to spend some funny money.
Honestly, at this point, Sloan forget about Pauline. She need to hire Leo as her assistant because she was about to take a whole suitcase full of goddamn monopoly money and give up all of the goods for her damn client. And my thing is, Chad, you don't if you playing with fake money, you don't never let them take a good look at the money.
His dumb ass. I'm like, who the hell takes the money out of the suitcase when the money is fake? And he was right to take blame for that when he said, I never should have taken the bills out of the suitcase. You damn right. Everybody, we learned that when we was children's. Children.
And
I learned that when I was
look,
little children's, watching movies like The Godfather and damn Serpico and anything else where somebody is asking the police to give them a large amount of money in unmarked bills. If you gonna give them motherfuckers some counterfeit money, keep the suitcase closed, or at the very least, you got to make that first layer of money real.
real money
Everything under it is fake.
is a fake. So if they're asking for 1 million, they're really only getting about 100,000 in real money or something like that.
That's how we have to teach these lessons in 2022.
But to a Demera? A Demera? That's just absolutely appalling in my
Who his
opinion.
mama again? I keep asking. His mama was
Ain't
one.
his mama, wait, his mama a hooker or something?
His mama was one of Kate hoes. One of them hoes Kate was running back in the day when she was out there being the madam. I tell you
I,
the truth.
mm,
Stefano was laid down with just about every damn body.
I mean, he's Stefano, so you kind of sort of figure he would,
But
but
I
I
needed
was
him to be
like,
discerning. I needed him to be discerning about
he
where he
should have
was
been.
plowing his seed. Because some of them children shouldn't even exist. And Kristen's ass is adopted.
Yeah, Chris. I mean, honestly, Kristen and Peter Blake were his first children, aside from Tony and whatnot, that we really got a good look at. And it was always made clear from the start that they were adopted as children. But they had more pimp juices Damaras than half these actual biological Damaras have. Oh goodness! Like no wonder Ralph trying to get to Indonesia. These people, you can't be hanging out with these people
That
working for them.
that little girl that Bo was dating at one time, even though she wasn't really trying to claim her roots, I feel like she was probably a little bit more demure than some of these children that Stefano that made in these streets. Like he wasn't discerning at all. What made him sleep with Susan? Susan.
And
Susan.
as an Elvis impersonator, that
And,
was just
and y'all know I love Susan, right? Y'all know I love
yeah.
Susan damn Banks. But what made Stefano dress up like Elvis and sleep with that woman and put a baby in her?
I've never really understood exactly how that came to be. I just knew, Susan was Kristen's doppelganger, which, let's be frank, that kind of made the whole thing even more uncomfortable back then.
Yeah,
Um,
because she looks just like your adopted daughter, sir. Sir,
yeah,
sir. This is
yeah.
some Pornhub shit. Sir, what is you doing?
I tried not to think about that too hard in the 90s because I was just like, this is so uncomfortable.
I
Oh,
don't even want to
goodness.
think about it right now because it's crazy.
I was like, this is so uncomfortable. It's just like there's all kind of connotations here that I don't really want to make. Ooh,
That's
ooh.
their family, girl. That's them Demiras. They wild like that. You know what? We was talking last night about how they could bring Stefano back.
Hmm.
They put his essence in somebody else. What if they brought back Peter?
Man, I first of all one. Look, let's just put it out there. We all know, at least those of us who was in the soap streets before social media was a thing, that there was bullshit on Days of Our Lives involving the actor who played Peter Blake and the actress who played
Jennifer Rose
Jennifer back then.
death about it.
And when the dust settled, whether you believe what was said or not,
I
his
mean,
ass was out and she was back in.
it looked like it looked like what it looked like to me.
Exactly.
It looked
So
like what it looked like to me. And then they moved to Nashville. It looked like what it looked like to me.
that's what I said too. So man, I always felt like Peter got a bum ass rap. I was like, I used to love me some Peter Blake. I ain't even gonna lie and say I didn't.
Girl, Peter Blake was fine, and if that actor don't want to come back to be Peter Blake, can he please go to Bold and be Pierce Peterson?
Girl, yes, that's you read my mind, Bubbles. He is. I think was his name Jason Brooks or something. Because he was on. Because
Well,
wasn't he on Baywatch too?
yeah, that was Jason Brooks, girl.
I always say, he might. I mean, hopefully he aged well. He can go be Pierce Peterson because I don't feel like whatever's going on Bold, that don't seem that's not don't have no legs for Taylor. Taylor need to be looking for her next leg up because it's not Ridge Forrester, and
Right.
he looked like a good like, and Jason Brooks looks like a damn good leg up.
She needs to be looking for her own fin, her own happily ever after outside of Ridge because just like Liam said today to Brooke, you know how it always ends. Ridge always comes back to you. I don't mean to jump over on that train, but
That's fake news.
hold on before you get started real quick. And we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves because I still want to talk about GH. But I do want to
I
say
know, I know. I just want to say that.
I've been holding this in my pocket for 20 minutes. Electra Storm said, can she supports you for still hanging in there thinking Belle will turn this around. She salutes you. You got faith that no one can break.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
that
should.
is so
goddamn right. I'm like an
sweet.
oak tree, baby. It's gonna take more than 200 years to break me, baby.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
Yeah,
That is very, very, very sweet.
thank
That is.
you.
Remember what I said before. I'm like, you one of the you the strong soldier.
Right?
Somebody got to keep the
She's
faith, and I think it's you.
Somebody gotta hold the line.
y'all know I be sitting here full of skepticism talking about what this shit look like to me. It still kind of look like that to me, but at this point, I don't care. I want Thomas to be the villain. I want him to be the baddie fucking shit up, and I want him to get away with things for a while. Like at least let him have a year of getting away with things. Because usually he don't nobody get no time to do nothing substantial except for Logan. Let him get a year to get away with this shit. Everybody else is happy and settled in their lives. Brooke even goes back to Bill, honey, and moves into the house that Taylor sold to Bill that Pierce gave her as a gift, but he took money from Ridge, but it was really a gift for Taylor. Let everybody be happy. Let him and Hope be just sitting around kissing on each other and holding hands. And Liam looking crazy in the face because he slept with Brooke, but she still ended up with his daddy. And he can't go back down there to that house in Malibu. And Kelly don't talk to him no more because he was so focused on Douglas.
I mean, if he gonna be a homosexual, who he gonna sling dick to now to go live with somebody? Steffi out the question.
I don't care. I want all of this to go on for at least a year so Thomas can have a good year before they take him and pack him up and send him off for the rest of his life to live with James in an insane asylum. Like I want Thomas to just fucking just wreck everything. If he got to be the villain, like Matt was saying, if Liam is the hero, he guesses Thomas has to be the villain. Well, if he got to be the villain, I want some Dr. Claus shit up in here. I want him being Dr. Evil. I want him being damn Nosferatu, Rasputin. I want him to be Damien. I want him to be all the villains. I want him to be
Not
Jafar.
Rasputin.
I want, I want him to be Jafar. I want him to be Jafar from the third Aladdin.
Oh, no, next you gonna call him Vladimir.
I want him to be Snake. I want him to be fucking what's that man name from the Harry Potter? He who
Voldemort.
I want him to be fucking Voldemort.
I
That's
said
what
Vladimir.
Thomas be motherfucking Voldemort walking around Beverly Hills designing these bitch ass dresses, making Hope look like a goddamn goddess. And then after everything is said and done, they're like, well, it's been a year. We all seem to be pretty happy. I don't guess it matters anymore. And then it don't fucking matter. That's my dream. They ain't gonna never give it to me because Thomas would be happy. They'll never give it to me. But that's my dream for the next year is that don't nobody catch on and Thomas don't get found out for a good fucking year and everything is where he feels like it should be. Because if he's gonna lose it all, then make it fucking motherfucking glorious. Give us something that we're gonna really be upset. We upset now, but I want to be mad to the point that I don't watch the show no more. But I also want to be that's damn right. Thomas wrecked their lives and got what he wanted before he lost it all. So there, he might have lost it, but he had it. At least he got it. He accomplished something. He got Brooke out the family for a year, and he got this old raggedy ass girl who used to be his stepsister to come live. She live in the house bedroom next door to his. He almost got everything, y'all. I want it for him so
He
bad.
does.
I want it for
And,
him so bad.
and it's because it's been 3-4 years of him not getting anything. That's why. All Thomas been doing since he stepped foot back in LA from New York with his child is take L's. That's it. That's
Mhm.
all he at the end of the day, that's all he been doing is taking L after L after L. Oh no, I don't really like you. I'm just using you for my grief. Oh no, I don't really like you. I'm just trying to get rights to your child. I'm sick of this shit. And it's one of the main reasons why, even though I completely and totally appreciate the chemistry between him and the chemistry between Matt Atkinson and Annika Noel. The show has no intention because technically we can kind of mix it up because I know when Sanchez gets here, we're gonna have to go back to Dave. So we can kind of mix up the rotation tonight. And I know we still got to get to GH, and she also wanted to get to YR. So I guess we could kind of start bold a little bit early. That sound all right?
Yeah, and we'll go back to it.
Okay.
Um,
So the thing is, you know what made the kiss dream? Because yes, I think we can kind of say it's a dream. Because if it's not a dream,
Mm-mm. Don't do that one. We ain't
okay, fine.
dreaming, darling.
Well, that's the thing. Hope was not acting like a woman who had kissed him today. Today was the day I really, because today was the first day we've seen them in scenes together since that happened. And one, we only had Thomas have that flashback the next day where he said he has to stop fantasizing about Hope. What I really wanted to see was how she was interacting with him, because Hope is not the type of character who would be able to just shrug it off. And she wasn't acting like anything had gone down between them. So yeah, I'm keeping my marker in the column of that being a dream.
Well, okay, let's compromise.
Mm.
I could be a very compromising person sometimes. And let's just say it was a dream. Well, if it was, it's Hope's dream.
That would be helpful.
Because
I wish it
let
was.
because let's say for instance, we okay, granted, we only seen Thomas uh think about her, but woo, 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 but we didn't see Thomas like daydreaming about no kiss. Only thing that we really see Thomas daydreaming about is the freaking end of this CPS call. So my thing is, the only person that's been hot and heavy and they can't collect themselves has been Hope. So my thing is, if it was a dream, it was hugs. I compromise on that.
Okay.
I don't
But
know that I'm ready to compromise yet. I feel like
Me neither, not really.
she keeping secrets from Liam. So why wouldn't she keep secrets from Thomas? He ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna say nothing because that would be weird. And he tried not to be creepy. Except for today, he was.
today was creepy. It's because the whole thing with the kiss. You know what made that kiss hot? Because I can't remember who posted it, but that little clip that Bold posted of that, it has been watched like 44,000 times at this point. Okay, 44. Just think about it. 44,000 times. Each
Is that
time
just
you
on Twitter or is that all the analytics combined? Because you know they
exactly.
posted them clips on Facebook and on
Mhm.
IG and like all the social medias. So is
Yeah.
it just one place or is that the whole collective of everywhere that they shared it? Because that would be the interesting thing for me.
Either way, it sounds interesting as hell. Whether that was just Twitter watches or whether that was Instagram, Facebook watches, but it's up to 44.4 thousand. And just so we're clear, there ain't nothing else on the Bold and the Beautiful page that they have posted recently that has that many watches or rewatches. Usually they're in like the 10,000 category if it's something that looks, kind of
Yep.
spicy a little bit. Not
You right.
even that scene with Brooke and Steffi, where after Bridge broke up with her, had that many rewatches, and that was
Yep.
at 24,000.
Because we've seen that before.
Yeah, we have. And so, and hell, not even the Ridge and
It,
Taylor ones had
it
that
could
much
it could
rewatch.
it could also be a lot of other reasons, like people trying to fish out to see if it was a dream sequence, to see if it was real, legitimate. And then also it could very much be these forgotten Hope fans who are literally have been on team Hope for a very long time, and they very shameful because of what happened in 2019, so they just
Mm.
hopping back on board they train.
Yeah.
Because look, Thomas, I don't care what all that humbug what happened. That shit canceled out the moment she sat up there and she did what she did to get his son. Nonetheless, I digress. Look, he was ill, she is not. So my thing is this. She's actually harmed Thomas quite a few times before then. And my thing is, I don't know if I'm on that train because she's not doing nothing but using Thomas because she know Thomas is very much one woman kind of guy.
I'm
So
not on the train because of how they play it. The reason that clip is so watched is because not just because people looking for context clues, it was reciprocal in that clip. Okay, there was tension and it was coming from both sides.
no, it
Yes,
was off. No, it was instant. It was brought on because of Hope instigated it. She's the one who brought it on. Thomas didn't kiss her. She leaned in for the kill.
no, but
That's
Thomas
what it
the one
was.
who started putting his hands on her. I mean,
Hey,
that's
hey,
how you start
no,
that
he
kind of
put
stuff.
his
Come
hands
on
on
now.
all the models. Ain't
Thomas
nobody going around kissing them.
Thomas was just checking the dress. He wasn't
That's it.
trying to entice Hope into no kiss, but
That's
she
it.
been spending more time with him. And y'all, I find it highly suspect and funny that when she was standing there with her daddy and her mama pleading his case, she was saying the same thing to her mama that Thomas said to her. Don't you think you deserve a man who puts you above everybody else? You the only man that he ever thinks of. Like I watched the show again this morning after days, and I was like, I done heard this speech somewhere. Oh, hold on. That's what Thomas said to Hope several times that he won't nobody but her, and that he thinks that she deserves a man who don't want nobody but her, a man who doesn't have a split heart or split attention. Like she was being very specific and saying
Yes.
the same thing that Thomas had said to her.
Hmm.
Like, okay, girl, you paying
I mean,
attention
but
to somebody, but it ain't your mama and your husband now, is it?
Now,
well, yeah.
can we also let the record show Thomas hasn't changed? Look, they may change the actor, but they have not changed the point that Thomas keeps saying that, and he has been saying that to Hope since 2011. And his sister. His sister finally got it. Now Hope the next one that needs to get what the hell he talking about.
Yep.
Liam ain't shit.
He been consistent, and he told her, but he was like, "If you like it, I love it, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
And I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yes,
There you
indeed.
go.
You married,
So,
I ain't gonna be sitting here talking to you recklessly like that no more." So he just being his own charming, delicious self. She come into the house. She's stopping by the shed and picking up the baby so the baby can go and stay in the house and sleep in a room. Probably ain't got nobody in it but maybe her in bed. She ain't got to be sleeping up under Douglas because he got his own room. And Thomas is comfortably next door. Liam is having fish, y'all, just like Brooke was. He sounded like Brooke that, yeah, Hope left this morning before I was even
Yes, he
up.
did.
yes, he was. He sounded absolutely pitiful.
I picked that too, Bubbles, where he told Brooke that. I was like, damn, she tiptoeing in the middle of the night coming to kidnap the baby. And he wake up, everybody gone.
Ain't nobody in the house but him, girl. That's why he begging Douglas to come
That's
home.
why exactly. That's why he looked so pitiful. But that's the thing. So you had that scene where it was so reciprocal between them when they had that kiss when she was in the green dress. But then you have stuff like today where it didn't play like that, and then Thomas came off as weird. That's not how you build romantic rapport, at least
That
between the viewers and your couples.
that came off very playful when he was like, "Do you like my body?" Like it was like you can't take that serious. But I understand that a lot of them Gondolians literally took that literal, and it was kind of like that was tickling the fancy of their whole thing where see, he back on his crazy shit. And
He was
it
trying to feel out
wasn't
how
so much.
true what Paris said was.
Yeah,
I mean
I think.
that's what he was up to. He wanted to know if because
Was he
Paris
gonna
would
admit it?
lie.
Was he gonna right? Was you gonna are you gonna admit it? I like, trying to pull her card. He pulled her card. And Hope was
Yeah.
very shy about it.
I
But
saw this him joking with her, like,
me
"Oh,
too.
my body, you like my body,
Yeah.
my
You like
body."
me.
Oh
It was
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
very messy, Electra Summer. I told y'all she was gonna sit there and kiki the hell out of Hope because she got Hope out there talking reckless. Girl, come on now. I know you're married, but your ass ain't blind. You mean to tell me that you can sit there and look at Thomas Forrester in his drawers and you don't get a little bit wrong? Like, hang yourself at all, because sis, I'm sitting over here splash waterfalls looking at Thomas. You have okay, but you married, girl, not blind. And she was like, well, okay then. He hot, yeah, girl, he hot. Paris was like, bam, I knew it. See, I knew it. You just like the rest of us. You just like the rest of us sitting over here wiping the saliva from the corners of your mouth. Okay, girl, trying to act like you don't see that man in that damn body.
I would hope that Hope would figure out though that Paris can't hold ice water on her chest, so don't tell her ass shit.
Look, if she didn't figure out that Paris couldn't hold ice water when Paris jacked up Quinn's wedding, then she deserved whatever the fuck she get. She went and ran I ain't gonna say she went and ran the Thomas with that knowledge, but she couldn't get it out her mouth fast enough. Oh, you need to ride the bike to work more often, looking all good. Got all the girls in the office hot, ain't you? I know I wasn't the only one thinking it. What but two of y'all in the office, girl? You done put
not to mention Thomas though his ass ain't right, cause he was still getting dressed when Steffi popped in. Oh, you're back again now. She's like, boy, what?
Yeah.
The hell you talking about?
In his own office, he could be half naked in his own office.
He can't be in his own office because Miss Hope and Paris took over his office.
So see,
couldn't stay away, huh? Steffi like, boy, please put your goddamn clothes on. I didn't stick it.
Hold on, she was more look. If I don't know, maybe it was me, but Steph was more pissed about seeing her brother in his skivvies than sitting up than Hope coming in her office.
Right, like, you know, why you always half naked in a fashion house?
All these clothes laying around here, your ass ain't never got none on.
You ain't never got on no goddamn clothes. What's wrong with you?
On. We always got to. Everybody got to get an apple of Thomas every morning. That's how you waking people up. Everybody, right? We ain't need no coffee this morning, girl. Thomas out here riding his bike to work, taking off his clothes.
Well, shoot, I mean, I don't disagree with her on that one.
That was hilarious.
That was.
I liked that. I liked that. That was really fun.
And it was nice fan service, of course, too.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Very
but now I'm also a little bit mad because Paris sitting out here thirsting over Thomas. Girl, he offered you a first class.
Girl, I know.
Offered you a first class ticket to ride on Air Thomas Hamilton Forrester.
And y'all was briefly roommates at the time. You could have rode him at home and at work. What the hell?
She could have bounced on that a long time ago. Even Douglas was like, "Paris, you gonna come live with us?"
He wanted Paris to be his new mommy.
Right, you coming with us when we go to the new house, right? Because I like you.
I like you.
I was so
like you too. You coming, right?
I was aggravated because I'm like, well, first of all, I will say that I did approve of the characterization for Paris today, because the thing is, we don't have no really messy people on the show. And that's how a lot of action that moves scenes on soaps. You need a messy ass person to get that action moving.
Indeed.
Even if they just passing by. Like Leo Stark was passing by and he effed up Chad whole deal with Sloane because he messy. Okay, that's why you need messy people. So I was fully down for Paris to be salivating over Thomas, because I mean he is a hard body girl. And when she said he's the kind of trouble you want to get into, under, over, and everything else you could do, I was like, you're damn right.
She was right. She never lied on that.
But listen, they already got a messy person. I was thinking today, while Paris was sitting here telling Thomas about her little kiki with Hope, I was like, you know what? Usually it's Katie that's out here spilling people's secrets and shit like this, but they can't have Katie out here talking to Thomas like this about Hope, because that's more than just breaking rank. That's full-fledged
Rebellion.
treachery and treason. But Brooke
Mm.
will kick her out the family for some shit like that. But
She
let's
ever.
let
Oh yeah.
Paris be Katie for today, and she can be the one out there kikiing with the girls and getting their secrets, and then turning right back around and telling everybody the secret. I half-ass expected her to go tell Stephanie the same thing.
I did too. I did too.
Me too.
I
I
really
nominate.
I'll go in there
I'm.
to his office and be like, "Oh, girl, we just saw a full loaded Thomas Hamilton Forster this morning. Y'all came from the same mama, girl.
Hold on.
Oh,
Why, girl, why you tell me your brother had so much going on? I
why
would have
you
never
ain't
left
tell
his
me
house.
Thomas walking around here with not just a six-pack, but he got a whole travel trunk? Why you didn't tell me he was all ripped and shredded, girl? We seen
We
it all
synced it.
this morning.
We
We
synced
seen it.
it. I
We seen
synced
it.
it.
I seen it this morning. Show did
Hmm.
it. Mm-hmm.
I
So,
mean, well, we've talked before about the fact that Paris needed a personality other than the one that they assigned her, and I think they just need to let her ass be the messy Mina.
Oh,
Have
exactly.
Katie
fun.
ain't doing it. Katie ain't doing it. She can be messy, Mina. She sure can.
Shit, we need
She
one.
don't never stay on script long enough.
Well,
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
both of them tired.
you just need the messy person to come in and throw the rock and hide their hand, and
And
that's what
then leave, yeah. Facts.
because now Thomas and Hope got a secret. She ain't gonna go home and tell Liam, oh, it was such a funny day at the office. Paris and I walked in on Thomas and he didn't have a shirt on, and she got me to admit that I thought he was hot, and then we all just sat around and laughed about it. Ain't it funny?
They got a look, they got a secret that only them three know. Cause see, it's out in the open, kinda semi in the open, cause Paris know about it.
Right. Paris will be the one to fuck up and tell Liam. Well, you lucky that Hope got eyes only for you, honey, because
Yeah.
we'll be out here with Thomas. We
I
see
know.
him.
And then they had that girl up here lying saying that Liam is the most handsome man to her. I said, girl, shut up.
You need to really stop.
She
Stop
need
it.
her cataract surgery done.
That's like people with ugly babies talking about, isn't he so beautiful? No, if you want to know, go ask me for the truth today
Uh,
because I'm gonna lie to your face. And I mean, well, I'm not gonna lie, but I ain't gonna hurt your feelings. I'm
Ooh, his shoes are so cute.
baby.
I mean, and that's not to say that Liam is not attractive, but yeah, no,
He's
we're
a
not gonna sit
ugly.
up here. We're
His
not gonna.
whole character is ugly as hell.
Yeah,
He is
his
horrible. He's horrible. His
yeah,
character is
aesthetically
horrible.
speaking, he looks fine, but his personality and his
Right.
soul is so ugly, the rest of it don't even matter.
Exactly.
Correct.
I wouldn't.
Correct.
You tell me that this man out here done pretty much turned off on his own child, but he hunt down his dead
Hmm.
his baby every day. Sir, you couldn't tell me the sun was shining if the sky was blue. I'm gonna pass on you and anything else that you trying to sell because we not buying it over here. When
Okay.
the last time you even seen your kid? I
Hmm.
remember the last time he said Kelly's name. You would think with Douglas being out of the house, this would be the perfect time for Kelly to come over and spend some time with Beth. But Beth always be over there at Lola's house or wherever she be hanging.
Wherever the hell she at.
If I'm not mistaken, y'all, the last time that Liam said anything about Kelly was in April. April, May,
Look at this
right?
damn October.
Mm.
Just before she went away to to Monte Carlo, right?
She been ready for med school now. She don't need them no more.
But that's what I'm saying. Here it is. It's gonna be a whole nother year, and he haven't mentioned his daughter or done anything. Like the way they writing, I'm sorry, you can't. You got one job, and on that job, you can't tell me you don't recognize the shit that's been put on in front of you on the plate in front of you,
We are
and it. I'm
we're
sorry, that's
terrible with
some bullshit.
continuity. We have a lot of continuity problems on Bold. Because Sam said it last night and she was right. And Ricky had a post about it, a little bit about it earlier, where Ricky basically was just saying, this was just a really odd week for Bold and the Beautiful. It was. It was just strange. It's because it's like, and the more I think about it, the more irritated I get because I'm like, they had Bill with all this dialogue about how he wanted to change his life and be something more than somebody who just donates money to good causes, and how he wanted to actually, be involved and do things so much so that he had Liam and Wyatt ass worrying if he was sick or something, and he helped save Lee, and then you turn the page, all of that has been completely erased, and Bill is back to being the textbook narcissist he's always been. It's like he never
Mhm.
said none of that shit. He never said none of that.
And I'm
No.
Same.
glad that I held that hope for Bill Lee, thinking that they was really gonna give us something. But when that was the actual for real red herring, like, but I don't even want him with Lee now anyway.
Oh no, he
Neither.
tainted. He tainted
Neither.
goods, baby.
That
Mm-mm.
yesterday
If
episode. Did y'all see when he was telling Brooke?
Girl, yesterday I
That
watched
yes,
was disgusting.
talking about, well, yeah, Katie don't want me now, so Katie don't want me. Let me whisk you away. We can have the
Ooh,
great life. We could have had
I
a great
said
life before.
Bill reeks of desperation
he
and
does.
pity and
And
foulness. I
thirst.
was like, ooh, this ain't Dollar Bill. This somebody perpetrating a fraud, honey. He
Not
is
to
not.
mention, and then he was telling Liam, well, once I'm back with Brooke, I'll help manage this situation with Thomas. Bitch, you ain't managing your own situation, and you worry about managing somebody else's relationships. Go sit
Somebody
your ass down.
you don't get help get hope straight. Excuse me, you don't even like hope.
What?
You don't
He gonna
Exactly.
like hope.
he gonna get Hope and Brooke in jail, fucking around with them forces that and then got reunited. He gonna fuck around and get everybody locked up. Now he better stay. He better be quiet because he remember he was locked down. Him and his son. And if it wasn't for Thomas, they'd be still on lockdown.
That is
So he
my
needs to
greatest
hurry.
regret. If they wasn't really gonna let Thomas fully reform, I was owed Bill Spencer and Liam ass in prison. I was owed a few
Me too.
Oz style episodes of Bold and the Beautiful for them two bitches, and I'm mad I ain't get it.
Yes, and it's disgusting. Like you mean to tell me that one day you literally are being like Cyrano to Katie, and then the next day you spitting out the same trash to her sister, like the very next day on the show terms. You know what I mean? It's
And you heard
disgusting.
what he said. And you heard what he said, huh? Brooke actually had the most truthful thing that came out of anybody's mouth yesterday was Brooke actually said, "So wait, so you're proving Katie right?" And he's
Right.
like, "Yes,
He
yes,
said, yep.
Katie was right." I was like, ugh.
He said, show
Right.
is. She show was she was dead. She was dead ass. Right. She was dead ass.
And
Exactly.
She was
and
dead
you
ass.
think that made you look better or made you look worse?
Right.
Like
That's not a flex.
that's
No, it's
not right.
not. It's
That is
not.
not a good trait,
That
dude.
is not a flex. It is not. It
It's
looks
not.
deplorable because if Katie had been fool enough to let herself
Mm-hmm.
be worn down because she
Yep.
been saying no steady since 2020. That's a
Mm-hmm.
long time in romantic relationship terms. She
True.
been saying no since March of 2020. If Katie had allowed herself to be romanced or broken down and said yes, you were going to immediately turn around and stab her in the back, then turn her back around and stab her in the front.
She sure was.
Mm-hmm.
She sure was.
So
He would have left Katie at the damn altar.
He would have left Katie at the damn restaurant. They wouldn't have even made it out of the Olive Garden that night because he got that call from Othello right after Katie walked out the door to tell him that oh, it looks like they've broken up, and he ran his ass out there like his money was on fire. He would have left Katie sitting there with the breadsticks.
When he said, you would be single and I would come running, where here I am. Sir, that's ugly. Why do you think
he's
that's cute? That's
he's
not
never
Bill Spencer.
he's never made his dad so so just like I can't I can't believe this is my child. How do you sit up here and disappoint a dead man? Easily apply pressure to one of the worst women he ever known in his life.
I
This
was,
is shameful.
It
yeah.
is shameful. And that's the thing. And the thing is though, That's what makes it, that's what the show don't understand. When you have these men doing this wicked, crappy shit, it makes it harder to sell them in couples. Now, in your head, they're thinking, don't you see, he would walk away from Katie, the mother of his child, the woman he's been trying to get with since 2020, because Brooke is suddenly on the market. Isn't that romantic? No, is it really though?
Mm-mm.
No,
That's
it's not romantic. It's not romantic. It's a red flag.
Yeah, we
it,
don't want to
it,
see that. That's nobody's idea of a. That's not a romance. That's
that's
not a
not.
fairy tale.
And these people out here who talking about hashtag Brill is back on, hashtag Brill is coming. How, Sway? It's disgusting how they doing it, and y'all don't care how she get it, huh? This it's just it's pathetic. It reeks, it stinks, and y'all just don't care. Y'all just want her to have somebody just so y'all feel like as long as she has somebody of competition, here come Ridge. Ridge, you come running. Ridge, y'all hold y'all breath. Hold your breath. That's disgusting. Ugh. Who wants
It's like,
real back together?
no.
Who really
Exactly.
wants that?
Now, first of all, one is desperate. It's not
It
cute.
is. It's not.
It's just it's complete and total desperation. Bill is running around. I'm surprised Bill is not on social media posting about how he gonna get Brooke Logan. I swear, if they, you know how that show Victorious used to have the characters updating stuff on their phones on the social media site that was on the show. That if they had both doing the same thing, they would be having Bill posting about how he gonna bag Brooke Logan, and that's just that. That's how pathetic he sounds right now, and
That's
it's not
kind of what
good.
it looks like because that's really what he's been doing.
Yeah, and to Deacon, to his son, to Brooke herself, it's like, ugh, goodness, this is not a good look. And you're a little bit too old to be carrying on like this, sir. My
And
20
that's
something.
why I really want Liam to be the one to comfort Brooke in the bed
Oh,
so that Bill can sit there and
Absolutely.
see that he lost to his little show pony.
this would be the That would be the second woman that he pined for, that he thirsts for, that he lost to his son. Now let's dig into that one. Did y'all see it today? Did y'all see Liam make the connection with his soon to be desperate
About their tea
native?
rituals, yes,
Yeah, talking
ma'am.
about I'm enjoying our little grievances powwows
Our tea
over
ritual
tea.
grievances over tea, where we get to sit around and just bitch and moan to each
It,
other.
Kiki with your mother-in-law. Do you know what?
Child. Mm,
He tacky. He tacky, and then he sit up there and he want to be a. Now look, ain't nobody really, really, really like Liam for a long time. I mean, it may be like two or three fans out there that still like Liam, but look, today he literally turned on his bitch mode. Like, and then me reading what is supposed to happen tomorrow, I'm done. Liam is no longer a waffle. He done went bitch mode.
We
It's
really
disgusting.
talking
yes.
a bitch. Liam
But
been
that's the thing.
since
Liam
he's
ain't just bitch made. He an attention whore.
Yes.
He needs attention. And that is the thing that is gonna crack this Briam code. Because the thing is, that's the one thing he's not getting from Hope. Hope is busy with this preview for Hope for the Future. It's already been specified many times that she's working all hours of the night. And when she's not working 24/7, she's leaving to go to work early. She's coming home late. And then she's not really home at all a lot because she's busy spending time over at the Forrester Mansion with Douglas and also Thomas, and sometimes with her baby Beth.
But see, that's the pathetic part about it. Why do you feel like there's a need to keep constantly making someone a victim in order for you to be viable in their life? Like, it's pathetic how he feels like he's not needed unless he makes up a circumstance to have Hope a victim. And the
Yeah.
prime suspect is always Thomas. He literally is making up shit without proof in his head. His and his mother-in-law are digging in their crates of sabotaging an event to make shit to be the reason why they are acting the way that they are acting. Like Brooke literally said today, I could never forgive Thomas for the shit that he did to my daughter all those years ago. But let the shit be reversed. Oh, that was just so long ago, nobody hardly even remember that. Are you serious? You literally pushed me off a cliff. You literally said I wasn't worth shit as a child. Like, but Thomas not supposed to feel a certain way about her.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, I'm just
But
saying.
but no, but not that. No, it's truthful because at the end of the day, part of the problem is that both. That's what Brooke and Thomas both have. Brooke and Liam have in common. They need attention, and
Mm-hmm.
they're both sitting in this echo chamber with each other, regurgitating the same talking points back and forth between them about how Hope's too good and pure and honest to understand how wicked Thomas is, and all of this bullshit, and basically talking about how they basically need to tighten up this conservatorship they got over her ass.
Hmm.
Because all this shit is getting out of hand now. That's basically what they sounded like
I
today.
think I think they suffer from carbon monoxide poisoning because they sitting up there breathing the same air, and they literally don't got no fresh air. So these people are suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning or dioxide poisoning, and they literally sitting up there fanning the fumes. Like there's no flames, but they fanning the fumes of something they made up in their own head.
And then we got Liam taking his raggedy ass to the Forrester mansion to go and beg, or to go talk to Douglas about of returning back to the cabin.
That
That's
rubs
not
me the wrong way.
it does because it's not about Douglas.
It's
He's
not.
not going. And I've seen some silly ass takes online on Twitter
I
about
bet
this. It's
you
like,
have.
yeah, I'm like, yes, he's pressuring the child. That's what he's doing. He's going to
Hmm.
apply pressure to a child who sees him as an authority figure to see if
Hmm.
he can manipulate him into coming back home because he's insecure about his wife. And he
Correct.
don't trust his wife out of his line of sight because he bitch made.
Been bitch right. You right. And that's disgusting. My thing
It
is
is.
when are you guys gonna see the same fault in the shit that Thomas did? It's the same shit that y'all was boohooing about in 2018, 19 that Liam is doing now.
Hey, but
That
look, guys, hold on real quick because you mentioned Douglas. Y'all remember that spoiler that said Douglas is torn between um Thomas and Hope?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This why right here. Liam gonna go in there and mess with that baby's mind. He having a good time with his daddy, but Liam gonna come in there with that bullshit about well your mom misses you. That's why he's gonna be torn because he's having a good time, but now he feels guilty having a good time because his mama, because his daddy cousin, and told him that his mama is missing him, and your little bitty baby sister's missing you at the house too, Douglas. That's why he's torn.
Let's say for kicks and for shits and giggles. Let's say that Liam is the one that pushes Douglas out of this innocent closet that he's been in, and the shit sets him off. Let's just say he goes and he mimics everything that Rick used to do. Like, I don't want you as my dad. Like, you're my cousin. That's not my dad, that's my brother kind of shit. I would love to see that far more. Just as much as you said about Thomas, Bubbles. I want that to come out because it's like y'all was saying. It's been very weird around the show.
It
Like
has.
the stuff doesn't make sense. Like I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, somebody sat down there with a damn magic goddamn marker because I fully believe that. Brad Bell is not sitting here writing out scene for scene what's happening on this show. He's the head writer, and he's the head writer. He's not. the EP. He's not going to do that. He does oversight. And I
Yeah.
fully believe that, the writers, the people who actually do the day-to-day writing, the scene-to-scene writing, they set up all these different storylines that they want to see come to fruition. And we get to a specific point in the story where Brad has gotten his hand on the script and just gone, no, 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 I don't like that, and just X'd all of this out and wrote Brooke in all capitals over whatever the hell was actually on the page. And they're like, okay, he said he doesn't like this. We have to make it about Brooke. Well, wait, hold on a second. Sheila and Deacon have really built this great repertoire being in the apartment for like a month with each other. They're having sex on the floor. They're having sex on the couch. They're having sex between the sheets. And Sheila point blank said that the day after Bill came over there, that what they have is hot and cracking. And you ain't about to tell me that you weren't about Brooke Logan when you getting all of this
Hmm.
up in here.
I
Okay?
ain't let it go yet. I'm not
Exactly.
done with you.
Exactly. And so we have all of this with them acting coupley, her stealing steaks and whiskey, cooking him dinner, and him talking about how when this became a whole marriage and shit. Them acting like a whole freaking couple.
Mm.
All for Deacon to turn around and say, by the way, I'm living in this shoe closet, but I've been holding on to this diamond ring for years, waiting for the moment when I could propose and ask you to be my wife. And
Pathetic.
it
Hold on.
is.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me they did nobody steal that ring and lock up? They a god doggone lie. I've seen people get steals for less. They gonna let a diamond ring go through. Yeah, whatever.
And
That's
I
Girl, I don't.
really don't believe that he was married to Quinn and still sitting on a damn ring for Brooke.
Exactly, but the
how
way,
you doing?
but the way he said it, that I mean, I was like, well, did Hope come over there with the ring in her pocket saying, "Daddy, I got you the ring. Go shoot your shot"? No, Deacon said that he had that ring. I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, well, at least we know where Hope get this habit of holding on the rings for forever. A day from she get it from your ass.
Well, y'all know Deacon was ready to marry Brooke the minute she said she was pregnant. They was in that whole little fantasy, and they was in love, and they was gonna be together. And
Yep.
then when people started finding out, and Brooke snapped back to reality, she did not
Mhm.
bring Deacon back to reality with her. He
Nope.
was still walking around here thinking that they was gonna be a couple and have a family and be booed up and everything. And she was out here on her apology tour with the Foresters. I don't know why the hell I slept with my daughter's husband. That was absolutely wrong. I guess I was following my heart. I'm so sorry. Let me cry my one eye. Y'all can't kick me out the family now though, because I'm pregnant. And I'm gonna always be family as long as I'm Bridget's mama. So y'all really got to let me back in. I said I was sorry. Look, okay, look, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just tell Deacon he gotta go and he can't come around here no more. He can't see the baby. Just leave town. We don't want nothing to do with him. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna get this right so I can stay in the family. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. And he out here singing "Every Fucking Kiss Begins with K" and spelling Zales and talking about his best friend named Jared because he went and got this ring. And she put the kibosh on. Nah, bitch, pack your shit and go. You got to go. I got to stay in this family. You don't understand the time that I've already invested in these people. I'm not fixing to just uproot all that for you. Oh no, sir. No, sir. I have seen the mountaintop. I ain't been there yet, but I haven't seen it. But I'm not fixing to get up off of this leg of the tour for you. Just take your shit and go on. We don't want you here no more. Don't talk to me no more. Bye.
Exactly. That's why when you had that when you made that point about Hope trying to put her family back together, you mean the family she never had? Deacon was
Okay.
the price for Brooks' forgiveness by the canvas, specifically the
Mm-hmm.
Foresters, was Deacon was banished. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
had to go. He couldn't be nowhere near her. He couldn't be nowhere near Bridget. He couldn't be nowhere near his child. Now I would understand all this bullshit if it was say Nick Maroney. Okay, I would understand that because yes, he was more of an active father figure for her than Deacon was. But I'm
Right.
like, girl, mm-mm.
Nick done saved her damn life.
Exactly. I'd let her ass drown in that hot tub in
I
retrospect
mean, we
if
was
I
a
knew then what I knew now. But
yeah, we didn't
Set
know
him
that.
on fire. Let him burn off some.
let the couch stay on fire too. Child services ain't need to get involved. Let her and RJ do whatever.
Well, they set that damn couch on fire.
Cracking up. Like, oh, she did not just do that. She trying to flick a flick. Oh,
I mean, shit, if I knew then what I knew now. But it's like so yes, the writing has been really odd, and the word I would use is disjointed, because it's like you fully feel like somebody ripped a page out the script, scribbled some substandard dialogue on it, and jammed it in there to make it work, and you like,
see what I think it is, darling and Bubbles. Look, it's clearly in the writing is the writing is telling us that it seemed like he's going in and reshooting and rewriting these episodes by the day. It seemed like it's discombobulated for a reason.
yeah,
It's because the inconsistency of this story that he's trying to put out there. It seemed like I changed my mind. We got to go back and reshoot it. Nope, I don't like it like that. No, I want to rechange. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna rewrite the rewrite.
exactly.
And it's coming out.
Sounds like cocaine to me.
Hell of a drug. And the thing is, but you know what? What Can is saying makes sense, because here's the thing: we just spent 4 weeks on the same day, and now we back to two episodes past, and it's a day.
Right.
And I kind of feel like one of the reasons our days are passing so quick now is because it's easier to change something if you don't drag a day out so long.
Yeah. And they just came off of having one day be a whole month.
Pretty much. So yes,
I feel like that's how they in the movies when they have people on cocaine benders. I feel like that's how it is. You know, you on the cocaine bender, and it seems like this one day lasts a whole damn month. This man has us on the cocaine bender. I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to understand that right now we're all fucking on the white horse. We all got sugar. We all on that dandy candy. Thank you, Mr. Bell. I ain't never know what it was like. I hope this shit makes me lose weight, because I heard that's one of the benefits of the cocaine. But this whole spending one day for a whole month, yep.
Well, all I know is this much: if I was getting a free 8-ball, I wish somebody had told me.
Girl, that's a whole damn ounce. He gave everything you need. Put your whole face in it. You remember that American Horror Story where they had the nurse in the room and the lady kept bringing all that cocaine by the buckets? That's us. Brand got us in the room.
We have been sitting on that last scene of Scarface when he's in the
Yep, that's us. That's how Brand got us right now. Nose down like Scarface, talking about top of the world, mom. Got little bitty spoons on the necklace right now. Talking about I can't wait to see what we gonna do this next day. Maybe it'll last for 6 months. You got really anytime I watch the movie and people on cocaine, one day lasts forever. We all just had a group cocaine bender and we didn't even realize it. Well, we know now.
Yeah, some requiem for a dream shit.
Horse. I can't breathe now.
We all have.
God dang it. Oh, Lord.
Well, Bubbles got a good damn point.
We could have had a storyline, but we got high.
I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
And we got high.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's because continuity, we all know that there are always going to be some failings in continuity in soaps. It happens. Correct. But lately, especially this week, it's just been pathetic. Like, they literally.
We getting ready to switch over to meth. That's why. Detox.
But see, Bubbles, I think I called it. Like at the beginning of the month before we had that show, and Sam and Sanchez was saying that they're not finna watch no more. I said we finna be in a ride of some straight boredom to do anything until the end of the month, because They got the Halloween standalone episode that looked like it's going to be an episode full of backs, trash, like Sanchez say, and it seemed like they doing anything just to hurry up to get to November.
They are, and y'all saw, and I mean, we already had the conversation about that damn Sin promo that they dropped today, which
Ooh, they
which is the
horn sin.
their asses knows they raggedy because of course,
They
well, first of all,
raggedy as hell, darling. Horn sin nation out
they
here.
are.
That would, oh, I can't stand whoever did that at CBS, whoever it was. Y'all wretched, y'all bogus, and y'all know it's shit is up the creek.
We know Sin don't have no story for sweeps. We know this already. We already know that Sin does not have. They may have a story at the end of the year, but they don't have a story for the sweeps. But you know they're gonna flash that damn commercial on TV to make people think they have a story for sweeps,
Correct.
and they just support.
Talking about some sin is gonna be real happy. Yeah. First of all, we'll be real happy to see them on the screen. We ain't seen them in all month.
Exactly. We ain't seen our couple really have no time because, well, I know Tanner been off, shooting his little thing, which is fine. I love
Right.
actors getting to step out and go do other things other than this show. God
Correct.
bless them. And so I haven't really minded that, but I'm like, why y'all out here trying to Jedi mind fuck people?
Now
Because
that's the
that's
mind fuck. You ain't
that's
lying.
that's what that is. You're trying to, and it really does it really makes me feel like there is some credence to what was said, or what that person who had called the show said, that they were told that, you know the Sin Nation and the positive reaction to Sin made the show realize that as long as they keep them intact, even if it's on the back burner, they could be up front and just write all kind of trash, and it really and the show would still get by with that. Because honestly, that's what it feel like. I mean, because Steffi and Finn are as solid as a rock right now. They're the most solid couple on screen, other than Pam and off screen, other than Pam and Charlie.
And they better leave them off screen if they gonna stay happy, because the minute they focus on them again is when shit's gonna start happening. And the next thing you know, Hope will be running to damn Finn for no reason out of the goddamn blue, instead of running to Thomas where she should be.
Well, you know
Mm-hmm.
they not gonna show it because Alex, she done went to another soap, but nonetheless, I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, they gonna keep them off screen for a while, at least together as far as Pam and Charlie. Now Charlie alone, I don't know.
Well, they better
Charlie a good.
Hey Sanchez.
Hey, Sanchez.
We call Charlie Old Faithful. He ain't going nowhere.
The only good men is the ones they don't have on. They don't allow to be on air right now. But yeah, we started in on Bowl because I know we gonna end up circling back to Days, because I definitely want to get your reaction on that, and I know you wanted some time for
Ah,
YNR too.
yes, indeed. Oh, yes, yes. I haven't missed YNR.
No, we haven't done
Good,
YNR.
good. Well, on Bowl, I will say I did watch it today, and I enjoyed Paris' pettiness. I
Yeah.
mean, what is this side of Paris? I need her to do that daily.
But she's always been like that. We was just saying that she's always been like that, because she's the one who bounced up there and told Quinn secrets at the wedding. She always.
Yeah, but she seemed to be a little bit more vindictive when she was doing it to her sister. Today it was like cute in a fun kind of way, but when she
Less
was
demeanor.
dragging Quinn, to me it's like she had an agenda. Like, because she didn't even put her sister on game first. Everybody else found out before Zoe did. And I didn't like that shit. Then she ran and told it to Brooke. I'm like, what the hell Paris doing? But today, the way she did it, I can deal with that. It was real cute. But what I didn't like, what was that? Was that a pickup line with Thomas?
It
Hmm.
was so. He was trying to feel her out based on what Paris said about her saying he was hot, and it just landed like it landed with a thud. I was just like, Thomas, you might as well have started singing "Time with Rod Stewart." Do you think I'm sexy, baby? If you want my body, let me know. I would have took that a lot better than what the hell with what we got.
Yeah, because what he did, I was like, what is he doing? Where is he getting that? I didn't like
Do
it.
you think of me like that? Do you think
That was
about my body?
supposed to be that was supposed to be some type of meet cute. That was not supposed to
That
be
was
literal.
that was a terrible meet cute, K
They
Can.
should.
It
They
was
could have wrote that a lot
terrible.
better. They
But
Oh,
really.
that's because
I mean,
it was so uncomfortable and because it was just so it broke that underlying uncomfortableness to me. It made it seem like their relationship is open to the point where they can kid with each other like that. So I found it to be funny and cute. I didn't find it to be lame or
I don't know.
off putting.
it
I
was
guess it's
lame to me,
because they.
Pink. It
Me
was
too.
lame as hell.
I
It
guess
was
it's because
terrible.
Days has that kind of suggestive dialogue every day, and they do it so much better
Better.
But
Yeah.
than.
I see what Can is saying because we talking about Thomas and Hope in this thing, right? About
Mhm.
Yeah.
so I already said I thought he was joking, and when she puts it like that, it makes me think of um Liam telling Brooke that Hope doesn't react to Thomas the same way that she used to.
Right,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right.
Upon a
Yeah.
time, if he had said that, she would have been mortified and she would have called security
Correct.
and
Yeah.
Liam and the police and her
Yeah.
mama, and she probably would have tried to call her grandmama back from the dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Like,
right.
oh, Thomas is asking me if I like his body.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to manipulate me into
That's true. That's true.
and she looked at him weird, like, boy, stop playing. Nobody looking at your dumb ass like that. I mean, I am looking at you like that, but I ain't looking at you like that. You
She
know,
looked
they got more of a rapport now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
True.
Yeah.
looking almost embarrassed. She was like kind of like when your crush at school find out you crushing
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You like, oh my God,
yeah,
down a thousand
like,
deaths.
oh my God, I can't believe she told. Like, I totally told her that, like, a girl's confidence. Like, I let her borrow my tampon, and I thought, like, we had, like, a connection. And so now she's like,
Exactly.
you, and I
Stop
really
it.
that. I'm like egg on my face. I'm so sorry. Just forget all of that happened. And what Thomas said, don't worry, girl. This is our
It's
secret.
our
Don't
secret.
tell
Mhm.
nobody.
Mm.
Child.
And like
Keep it
Simone
secret.
said, like
Keep it
Simone just
secret.
said, secrets on bold means a lot, honey.
What else going on up there in that mansion, child?
Well,
Uh,
Liam must
They're
be.
giving us tiny little clues, and you just really got to pay attention to the dialogue to catch
Mm.
old
Well,
Hope had a fit with Thomas asking her that.
yes. Oh, she would have been so repulsed
And
by it.
yeah.
she would have slapped parents in the face and tried to have her fired. How dare you
Yeah.
ask me if I am married to Liam and we have been through so much to be together. And I can't believe that you would stand here in my face and
Uh-huh.
say something to me, ask me if
Yeah.
I think Thomas is hot.
Yeah.
How dare
Yeah.
you disrespect my parents like that, Paris? But she
The
Yeah.
nerve. The nerve.
you right.
The audacity of you,
Yeah,
Paris.
I
Yeah.
mean, because
all of it, honey. You just did not belittle me by asking me such a question. How dare you? Go wash
I
your
Right.
mean,
mouth out with soap.
because one thing I will say is, regardless of whether we agree or disagree on the issue of whether or not that kiss was a fantasy or real, one thing that was real was when he was taking off that coffee soaked shirt and she looked back twice. That was 100.
Hmm,
That 100%
hmm.
really happened.
Baby,
Yeah.
baby, did you see the drag? Did you see the up and down look? Did you see the
Hmm.
Hmm. Oh,
undressing?
she looked like two or three or four times. She had three takes at that one with the coffee stain day. Now that
Baby,
was
yes, she
real.
did.
But
That
she
And
was
actually
real.
was walking out slowly and walking backwards and looking, and I was like, "Girl, you better turn around before you fall on somebody." Why you trying to look at Thomas? Why you trying to get an apple of that baldy? You better turn around before you step on Paris's braids.
Hmm.
Well, see, we had some trip and falls though with that during that scene too. I remember that. So not only we got her 3 takes with the coffee stain day, but she was tripping and falling and oh, let me get my purse.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a little bit discombobulated. And it was like,
yeah.
mm,
Yeah, when
mm.
they touched, when he was drawing it out and she was showing her where she wanted to slit, they had their little touch and all of that. So we knew where the static electricity was flowing. I'm like, yeah, hope.
So we
So, but
don't know.
Bubbles is right. I'm with her on that. I feel like we hope they're getting her out of that box that she was in, and maybe what I would like to see. And I mean, because I feel like they can't just write nothing good. If they just won't mess this up. If they don't mess it up, we can have Hope getting completely out of her box and trying the water. I want her to come to the other side and see what it's like because what she told Paris today, well, although if agree that Thomas is hot, will you just let it go? But my husband is the hottest man on this earth. No, baby. No,
That
baby.
disclaimer was that disclaimer was so reaching. Like
Oh,
it
The
was
test
so
detected that
rehearsed.
was a lie.
It
I'm
was
surprised
a
because she
Maury
she
popped his
went
ass
all
out
the
of
way
side
to
though.
she had to I mean, like Ken say, she was really reaching for that. It just seems so fake. Like, that is not true. But I need Hope to look at Thomas. Like, stop looking at Liam like he is the only man on this earth and he can do no wrong and you're gonna worship him till the day he die. No. No, 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 no.
Oh,
If
he
they can
about to do a lot of wrong.
well, all of
At
that.
least
Well, he
in my
did tell Brooke
estimation
today,
anyway.
he's been enjoying their little meet and greets. So,
so
The little tea
see
time.
did y'all see that some okay, I don't know who that was. Let me go back and look in the comments. Somebody just said in the comments that that's supposed to be a whole episode where it's Friday's episode, Thomas and Hope and Douglas, just from Electra Storm. Thomas, Hope, and Douglas are gonna have a conversation and Liam decides to creep in on it. My thing is this. Did Hope already warn Liam about that? Did
she
she
did
already tell Liam stop? This is her business
interfering.
with Thomas.
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
he finna step on her toes when he talked to Douglas alone. Now after he do this with the creeping in on them and being this nuclear family, he gonna jump on her feet. You know what I mean? This is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is my thing. He had a whole problem. He had a whole problem with her having to say anything when it came to his relationship with Steffi and Kelly. How you gonna sit up there and tap dance on her feet like that when it comes to the daddy her adopted son, whatever.
Because he
Cause
gave
it's
up, because he threw
Thomas.
Kelly away, because he threw Kelly and Steffi away for her, and he feel like Thomas supposed to do the same thing. He's supposed to throw his child away so him and Hope and Douglas can pretend they're one big happy family and he's Douglas's daddy. That's why Liam is acting like that
But
because
that
he's like, I
but
became a whole deadbeat for you. I don't even
see,
see my daughter. I don't even talk to Steffi.
that ain't Thomas' fault. He a deadbeat
Well,
because that's his DNA.
No, no, no,
That
it's not Thomas. No, not Thomas. Hope, because the thing
it's
is, that's what
yeah.
yeah.
he's expecting.
He's
He's
expecting
expecting
her to
that
do the
I
same thing.
prioritize us and our unit above
Mm-hmm.
any other responsibilities that I had outstanding, and
That's
I
right.
expect you to do the same. Only Hope is
Exactly.
not doing that shit.
No,
Thank you.
and she not gonna do it because the like. See, we ain't gonna dig too deep, but I'm just saying, Hope ain't gonna never do that because her role in Douglas' life is the shoehorn, is the thorn in Liam's ass that has been Kelly's in hers. So thus far, she is never going to back down.
No, she's not. No, she's
That's
that
Right,
she
okay.
because as
absolutely
long as
isn't going to.
Kelly exists, you're right,
Yeah.
Can. As long as Kelly exists, she's gonna continue to mother Douglas and have a
Uh-huh.
relationship with Thomas, if
Yeah.
rather he like it or not. Because
Whether
that's
he
how
like
she
it or not.
feels about Kelly
Kelly
and how she felt about him over there parenting
with
Kelly.
Steffi. With
With
Steffi.
Steffi, that's right.
Oh, look, Kelly no more.
Hmm.
Who?
You
Hmm.
don't even talk about Kelly no more.
None
He
of
sure
them
not.
do.
Mm-mm.
Kelly
But
don't
see,
even
that ain't
exist to
nobody's
them.
fault but Liam's. That ain't her fault. That's Liam's fault.
That's
That's him
right.
choosing to do that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So my thing is this: she can have you all day and all night, but at the end of the day, you are still supposed to be a parent. And so she's telling you, she's showing you a whole lot more than what you have ever done. And
Exactly.
you supposed to be this well-rounded and adjusted and for the
Yeah.
children type of person. And everything is just showing up that it's all about Liam. It ain't never about Liam is gonna do everything that's for the kids. No, Hope, he is not. He is not like that. And Steffi, he is not the father of the year. He ain't shit. and
And
he
hasn't
want
been for a number of years.
and he want Thomas to be like that. He want to keep that type of title on Thomas's over Thomas's head. That's why he's like so like how are you literally that freaking unaware that you're not supposed to treat your children like that and get upset when somebody else want to spend actual time with their kids?
Because he don't understand that. Because he's a
And that's what
daddy.
he
He's like,
did.
I've been through Kelly away. I don't understand what the problem was. Like, Thomas, why you have to be a part of Douglas' life? Like, he
Mm-hmm.
don't even know what that means to
Nope.
want to have an
Nope.
urge to parent. It's a desire. That's
Yep.
not something you learn
Nope.
I mean, either
Nope.
you have it, when like immediately when we find out we pregnant, the attachment, the bond starts immediately. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying?
because
It don't start 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years later when you need a replacement body part or some shit. That shit
that's
happens
that.
immediately. Liam don't
That's why
have that.
they call that maternal and paternal instinct.
He
He
don't
does
have
not
it.
have that because he's so selfish. Liam is
That's
the
right.
most selfish. He's the most selfish person on script that have children.
Well, and you know what? And Ridge, that's why I like that hospital scene when he was talking shit to a unconscious Thomas, and Ridge
Yeah,
called him out on this shit and told him exactly that.
sure
You'll
did.
never understand.
What
Because
is
you don't
yeah,
stick around long enough to
that's
prove your
true.
love. As soon as this shit get bad, you don't like it, you hitting
Yep.
that door, going to the next one.
So did he done it to both girls, but I know it's 8:30. Y'all want to go ahead and talk about days. I ain't gonna keep talking.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I know, though, I want to talk about the Young and the Restless too, because
Oh, okay. Well, whichever one you want to do first.
we can
Well,
do the
we
Young and
kind
the
of
Restless.
already talked about days a little bit, so we can switch back over to the Young and the Restless and then go back to days for catching up on
Okay.
what I did miss.
Okay. So today on Young and the Restless, a couple of things went down. First of all, one, yeah, on the personal level, things is a mess in people relationships. Chelsea looked like she clinically depressed,
Yeah, it's something
and
wrong
because
with her. What's
yeah,
that about?
she's going through that she looks like she's in clinical depression at this point.
Yeah.
That she, was just in her room moping in bed, couldn't get herself out of bed, and that's a high sign of depression.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that she completely forgot that she was supposed to go see Connor and Adam at Crimson Lights and get a look at Connor's costume. So that's one. Two, then you had, and that's the more minor part of the story, though I did find Sally and Connor kind of bonding very cute.
I loved it. Yes.
I loved
Yes.
it because I always felt that this was the kind of stuff that should have been happening when her and Adam were actually dating,
That's
and it
right.
didn't. But the fact that this is happening now outside the context of them dating, where she even told Connor that, me and your dad are still friends. Just because things changed doesn't mean we're not still friends. That kind
It's
of
pro
tells me,
Connor.
yeah, that kind of tells me that ship is not dead. It's just, kind of on pause. But yeah, let's get to the part that got on my nerves the most, and that would be Victoria's raggedy ass.
Well, you gonna have to tell me because you know I need.
Okay, so here's the thing: the IPO
Mm,
scam fell through because Nate had an attack of conscience because Elena gave his ass his walking papers. So he confessed about the whole scheme with the IPO, but he conveniently left out who the CEO he was scheming with. He's refused to answer that question. And Victoria feels that, I really want somebody who's willing to backstab their family in the back, but who's willing to be loyal to me on the payroll. And I don't like Sally Specter's ass anyway, so Nate can have her spot. So she told Nick today that Sally is out and she's offering the job to Nate. And here's the thing. Nick said, well, what if Nate don't even take it? He's like, well, if Nate decides he doesn't want it, I have a whole list of other more qualified candidates who can take it. But Nick called her on her bullshit. He's like, first of all, Sally actually has not been a bad CEO. She's actually been pretty good. Her and Chloe have done good work, but you're not trying to hear anything she has to say to you about what she wants to do in the future. And on top of that, you said that your whole problem with Sally is that she didn't have any experience, but Nate don't have no experience in this either, but you're more than happy to give him the job.
mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That part.
right. So basically Victoria did what she always does. She pulled rank. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
I'm the CEO
that's
and my
right.
decision is final. So she basically told Nick, well, do you want to go tell her or do you want me to? And Nick said, no, I'm gonna go tell him. I'm gonna go tell him.
You
Which
That's what I can't understand about Nick. I was sitting up there looking at his sorry ass today. And I'm like, that's the whole reason why he been washed his hand with Newman Enterprises, right?
mm-hmm.
So he back in there and Victoria just bankrolling his ass as she usually do, or like you say, outranked his ass, pulled the CEO card and slammed his idea. I mean, because he was coming with facts.
He
Like, how can
was.
she even argue with that? I mean, it made sense. Like, you getting ready, and he's telling her, like, Sally has been there. Sally has been loyal when she didn't have to be loyal.
Right. She basically sat on the Ashland story when she didn't have to. But she chose to because she did it out of loyalty to her employers and to not want to cause trouble. Well, it was a thankless goddamn task. And of course, not on just that, they're getting rid of her and but of course Chloe has to go with her. So
That's right.
their
The
work product
Chloe,
has
her
nothing to
CEO.
do with this decision. This is all about her just wanting to you know, and she said it to Nikki she's gonna say it to Nikki tomorrow. I want to be surrounded by people who I feel I can trust. I'm like, girl, you think your definition
Mm-mm.
of trust is somebody who was willing to stab their family in the back, but just because they didn't
Yes,
stab you in the back, that's trustworthy?
that's that part. So you firing Sally for that. Basically for a snake. To put
Pretty
a
much.
snake in her position, somebody who turned on his own family. He is not even our family, Victoria, is what Nick trying to tell her. He's not even our family, for one. You want to surround yourself with loyal people and family. He's not our family. He's Devon's family. And look at what he did to them. I'm like,
Ex-
what the hell wrong with Victoria? And
ex-
what if Nate have a change of mind? Because I'm thinking after him and Devon talk today, what if he decide to to turn on Victoria? Did you pick up on that,
Oh,
Dominic?
oh yes. Here's the thing. He is going to turn on Victoria for two reasons. One, for one thing, that Audrey girl, because like I said, Amani didn't miss her complete shot. Okay, him and Elena broke up, so Nate is a free agent now. So Amani should be in there like Flint, trying to seal that damn deal, but they're not doing that. Apparently, the show has decided to just let that go. But him and that Audrey girl, who's working over at Chancellor, who really works for Tucker, they have a rapport building. And I'm like, Victoria, you sit your ass up here and hire a man who's a snake, who's about probably about to be told to get involved with him because he's now at Newman. And that'll be a nice pipeline for Tucker to know what the hell is going on at that regular ass company.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, Nate can't be trusted. Nate is as fickle. He go where the wind blow. That's when Nate Hastings goes. But that's who Victoria wants up there. Okay then.
I got a feeling he could do it to her too. But I thought, Devon asked him, well, who was putting that shit in your mind? Who was, because, Nate told him, he was like, well, I thought I wanted to be, I could run this line and I can be the boss and whoop de whoop. And he was like, who was telling you that? Who was, pumping up your ego? I thought he was going to throw a man under the bus, but he didn't. He
He
did,
should
because wasn't
have.
she the one putting all that in his head? Not Amanda, Imani. Imani. Wasn't
Amani.
it Imani that was putting all that in his head?
Yes, but it seems like they shifting away from that because we ain't even seen, even though I know that they had temporarily recast the role of Amani, but we ain't really seen her but like twice since this shit went off.
Mm.
So I think they kind of shifting gears away from that. And then if that wasn't enough, that shit with Lily and Billy had me rolling. I was like, Billy, why you went over there talking to Nate about this? You
And
you
what
are
what was that? What the hell was that shit about? And I can't believe Lily put her foot down today and told him she was the boss. Like, Lily.
it's because Billy never wanted to be a COO any damn way, okay? He never wanted to be a COO anyway. He always felt like he was on the outside looking in. Well, he finally opened up his mealy mouth and told her that this was not what he wanted. So she accepted his resignation. They have not yet told Jill about it, but he feels badly about it though because it's a shitty thing to do. She's at a difficult spot right now. They still want to do the IPO in the future, but they need to know who this was who was gunning for them. That Nate won't drop the dime on. Then the person who done caused all this confusion is her damn cousin, and that don't look good to somebody like Jill.
Yeah.
So it's like
Now you over
she
there talking to the cousin behind her back.
exactly. So it's all a tough time for her, and having a good COO to back her up would be a real boon. But instead, what does she have? She have an asshole boyfriend who want to go sit in a dark room and create podcasting content more than he wants to be in the C-suite.
Billy is trash.
He is. He really is.
He is
And then
trash. But what did but she knew what it was
she
before she
did.
got in the bed with it. I mean,
But
and she still
that's
holding
the
on
thing.
to
It's
Billy ass.
not. But her issue with him isn't their
Um,
personal relationship; it's their business
the business
relationship.
relation,
Which
yeah.
is why she was checking him today because her thing was like, well, hold on. You the one who said you don't want to do this no more. You don't want to be a COO. I accept that. But you don't get to go run around trying to smooth things over with my rat ass cousin because you
Yeah.
feel bad because you're leaving me without a COO right now on top of everything else that's going on. I'm the CEO. It's my business. Nate is my cousin, and I'm gonna take care of it. You go do whatever the hell it is you really want to do.
Baby, I can't wait to see how that ends tomorrow because he was standing up there. She handed him his ass today.
She
See
did.
why I
Oh,
can't
they.
play with them people. See why I can't play with them people.
Mm-hmm. But see, that's what Lily asked Gift for going take that damn job. We all knew this was going to end in disaster. The second Jill offered her the position and she
Yeah,
said yes, it
because
was
we
like,
know Lily didn't have no skills. You a damn model.
mm-mm,
What in the
no.
hell got her running this damn company?
And when it's somebody else damn company and it's not your people company in Genoa City, it's a whole nother set of issues. And she's finding that out.
Lord, Lord. Yeah, the
He
hard way.
He trying to go
Wow.
smooth some shit out. She like, who asked you did not have that to do? Who asked you to go do that? Who sent for you? Because it wasn't me.
So let me ask you this. So I
Mm,
seen on Twitter yesterday, it was that conversation that Tucker was having with Devon, and he was like, I know what how Neil meant to you, what he meant to you, and all that, blah blah blah. He like, regardless of what Nate done, blah blah blah. But he like, look,
mm.
you need to make a decision real quick before it costs you Hamilton Winters, before it costs you your company. So what you gonna do? So I'm wanting. So my thing is now we got everybody all over the board. What is Devon going to do? And where is Lily? Because I'm looking at the end of the day. This so what I'm saying is when it all done and over with, darling, I'm looking for Lily to be out of a position, and I feel like Devon might barely get out of there with his company. But
If
Lily
Tucker,
for sure not gonna have a business.
well, here's the thing. Tucker clarified something. I think it was with Audra when he was this is before he was having that conversation with Diane, where Diane basically told him that she dropped the whistle on all of them and on
Yeah.
both of them, and Tucker was like, "You don't need to be worried about whether or not Jack is going to understand. You need to be worried about my ass thinking you're a liability because that's what the hell you looking like right now, Diane." And
Oh yeah.
he told her in no uncertain terms, "If I have to clean up the mess you just made, I'm gonna make
Oh.
life so hard for you."
Oh.
Because he was not playing with her. Tucker is not somebody to be in debt to, and he is not somebody to
He
cross.
never was. He never was. He always been one of those old, one of those types.
Exactly. So he told. So with Tucker told Audra when she was trying to figure out what's the next step, what's the game plan, how do you want me to work this is basically what she was trying to ask, since the IPO is currently on hold.
Yeah.
Basically, he told her in no uncertain circumstances that as far as he's concerned, the only two people need to be running Catherine Chancellor's company, and that's me and her grandson. All the rest of these people can bounce. So
Uh huh.
at the end of the day, he gives zero fucks about Jill, Billy, or Lily. His game plan at the end of the day is to get Devon to draw Devon in with him and
Yeah.
for them to run Chancellor Enterprises. That is
Figured
his
that.
end game.
I figured that because it sounded like when he was telling Devon to get his ducks in a row, basically. you
Mm-hmm.
know your cousin then did this shit, so basically like what you gonna do now, because what's done is done. Neil ain't here. I get how you feel. Nate did what he did, but what you about to do, because this is the position, this is what's going on right now, so what you gonna do? Get your shit in
Exactly.
order. You know what
And
I'm saying? So I feel like whatever about to happen, I know I missed a lot of it because I wasn't watching. I know it just came on the end of it, but it seems to me from the little bit I got is that Devon is probably gonna barely escape the shit, but Lily is about to be out on her ass.
she is, because at the end of the day, Devon feels like he's trying to preserve Neil's legacy,
Yep,
okay? And he
yep,
feels, and even though this merger has already gone forward, he feels like some of the ways things are going between the two companies, things are happening that are putting him in a position where he can't do that. Like this whole IPO thing. He wasn't really for it, but he was going to go along with it. But left up to him, they would not have been doing it in the first place. And now finding out that Nate was about to be a Judas and they could
yeah.
have fucked around and lost the whole company, that makes him even more leery about it. So now you have Tucker rolling in here with a plan to get Chancellor out from under Jill and them. He's going to basically offer he's going to offer Devon back his
Oh,
autonomy,
what?
but on an
Yeah.
expanded level, not just over Winters Hamilton, but over all of Chancellor Industries. And he basically is telling Devon, get your shit together. He's like, you got to figure out what it is that you're going to do, how you're going to take control of the situation, because Tucker wants to make a Devon an offer that he can't refuse once he gets his
Well,
hands
I'll
on the
be
company.
damned. I like it. I like it, darling.
I like it too. It's mess.
I've always stayed Tucker though. I've always liked him.
Oh yeah, well Tucker
I
about
mean,
shit.
in his scumming, yeah, in all of his scumming misery, I loved it. I
He
love
out here
Tucker.
making moves and trying to get shit happen, and
Yeah,
his agenda is versatile. He does want Ashley back, but that's just one small piece of the puzzle. He wants Ashley, but he also wants Chancellor. He also wants Chancellor Winters, and he basically said,
hmm
"I'm gonna get what the
he's
hell
gonna get
I
it.
want."
He's gonna get it. You
So
damn
yeah,
right. He gonna get it.
and
Wait
he ain't up.
a minute. Now, how we think? Because see, I want Victoria to. It's time for her to
I
for
want
them to
Victoria to
put.
burn.
I
I want
want
Victoria
her
to
to
burn.
burn.
She didn't piss me off because for first of all, remember the whole issue that Tucker said that he didn't think that Newman Enterprises had the liquidity to even really make a dent in the IPO like they should have because Victoria's been on a shopping spree.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I really want if Nate does say yes to take that job, which incidentally is funny as hell to me because him taking that job out of nowhere, as far as I'm concerned, that would be as good as telling Devon and Lily who the hell the CEO was, at
Yes.
least in my world. But I
Yeah.
also, because honestly, I want Victoria ass exposed. As bad as I wanted Nate exposed, I want her exposed. Because
Even more. Yeah.
I told this to the pettiest peach yesterday. I said they got too many people in Genoa City who think Victoria they fucking friend.
Yeah.
Okay. The same, I said, this is exactly how Victoria got her hands on Chancecom. She got to pretend that she didn't know what Victor and Adam was up to when they got Billy to run that story with no proof about Ashland Locke, created
Yeah.
that entire mess with Chancecom that was so bad that Jill had to sell off the division, but she was so pissed at Victor and Adam that she wouldn't sell it to Newman Media. But
That's
she
right.
did sell it to Victoria and Newman Locke because she thought Victoria had nothing to do with it when in fact
Yeah. It
Victoria
was
did.
all it was they plan. Yeah, yes.
Exactly. It was the plan was for Victor and Adam to do all the work and for Victoria to sweep in and get the gains. And
That's
she's
right.
and the thing is, she was trying to do the same thing with this IPO mess. That by the time the IPO issue came to light, it would be too late for anybody to do anything. So she really doesn't need anybody anywhere knowing what she was up to if she wants to try to take advantage of the IPO when it really does IPO. So keeping Nate in house helps make that happen. And plus, she thinks he's a loyal foot soldier. And I'm like, you know what? Hire Nate ass. First of all, I want Sally and Chloe out of there anyway because working for the Newmans is some bullshit. But on top of that, I want Nate in there because Audra is gonna get her claws into him and be feeding Tucker whatever the hell he wanna know.
Yeah.
So shit, let
I
let,
want
let
to
the
see that shit
information flow.
happen. Yes, yes.
Let the information flow because Victoria always believes that she knows best better than anybody else, and then she doesn't want to listen to anybody.
She don't,
That's
and
how her.
she, oh yeah, she always doing too much. Like today with Nick, I say this shit gonna come back to bite her in the ass. That's why I want Nate. I want her to give that job to Nate, and I want him to take it because I feel like this shit gonna turn around and bite her in the ass. It's time for her to bite the dust.
It
She
is.
been
It's
getting
time.
away far too long with too much shit.
I need bankruptcy. I need somebody to go a little bit bankrupt, and I need Victor to go a little broke too, just because he the one who have all this faith in her and
Yeah,
whatnot. When
thank
all she
you.
wants to do is say, well, I'm like how she told Nick. Well, ultimately, it's my decision, Nicholas. Okay, I've
You see,
heard what you
she
said.
gotta keep letting it reminding everybody she boss. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That shit right there. And you threw out, and Victor threw out Adam for her twice. Twice he threw out Adam for her. You know what I'm saying? So I want her to burn him bad. I want some bankruptcy. I want Newman Enterprise to be sitting up there in so much trouble to where Victor gonna have to come out of retirement and put the shit back together himself, one by piece by piece.
That's what I say. So you know what? Let her go ahead and get Nate ass in the door. Let that shit get started as soon as humanly possible. So the sooner it happens, because at this point, I need something and somebody somewhere to take their ass down in some shape, way, or format.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick should go his ass back to New Hope where he belongs because he done
Yeah.
seen exactly what kind of bullshit is up with his family. Again, for the nth time, Nicholas.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, child. Well, look, I'll tell you this, darling. I will be peeping in on it. I am here for the ride because I am enjoying Tucker. I like it. And I want to see Victoria burn. And I want to see Lily to be sitting up there looking crazy because, I never liked it from from the beginning. I'm like, oh, now they finna put Lily in this position. She's a model. What the hell she know about running a damn conglomerate like,
I never
uh,
mentioned that.
Mm.
Yeah.
It don't make no damn sense. None at all. None.
You wing it. You got your brother coming in on the deal, about to lose his company on some bullshit. It's like, nah, I need
Why
Lily
did
to
they even have to pull the Bonds company into that bullshit?
thank you. Thank you. That shit pissed me off. Cause I'm with. I mean, but it is facts though. Nate bringing these questions, he making Devon as these questions, but these are facts though. This is what Neil wanted. This is why Neil left Newman Enterprises. I haven't forgotten it.
No, after putting
Neil
in all
wanted
those years at Newman and Abbott and everywhere else and Chancellor, he wanted his own piece of the sky.
Right. He
exactly
didn't
because he always came behind second rate behind one of their children or somebody, one of their brothers or one of their sisters. So it was just like, why in the hell would they have Devon bring his company and merge with Jill's? It's some straight up bullshit.
It
Bullshit.
is. So I honestly have to wonder that if Tucker manages to get the company under his thumb, if he make Divine off that offer, you know what? Divine got gonna have every reason to accept it because he is not feeling this partnership shit.
He's not.
Not like he was. Mm-mm.
Not the
Not
last 3 days I've watched, darling. I don't think he feeling it. I think he ready to come out of it. Tucker put something on his damn mind, and I want Tucker to come out of there with something Newman too.
Oh
Shit,
yeah, I just want him. I want Victoria out on her ass. That's what I want. Period. I want Victoria out on her ass. Actually, Victoria, Nikki, and Victor can go somewhere. Nick could stay if he want to act right, but I don't really care. I just want them to. I just want their asses to have the trouble that they deserve at this point.
I want Adam. I want my baby to have the last laugh, and I'm glad he over. And he's still over there with Jack, right?
Yes,
At
he
the
is.
boat.
Adam better
Good,
stay his
good.
ass at Jabot because honestly, it's probably the only safe harbor in the whole damn city with the bullshit about to go down because Tucker busy trying to get in Ashley draws again, so he not
Yeah.
gonna worry about trying to take her family company because he trying to get laid.
He just want to get laid. That's all. But
Hmm.
Sally gonna need a job, so I need them two to get it together. Now, me and Amaya was brought up an interesting point the other day. She feels like she think they might go with a pregnancy storyline with Sally, and I cried because I'm like, you see, that's what I didn't want.
I
I
don't want
didn't.
her trapping Sally with no damn Newman
I
baby. That
don't.
got
I
nothing
don't
to do
No
want,
with
way.
Newman
especially
They're
right
not
gonna
one with
turn her.
me.
I don't know if I want. Here's the thing. In theory, I would love for her to have not Nicholas's child, though. Lord no. I would love for her to have a kid with Adam, but I don't want her
Yes.
being turned into Sage. They be doing shit to these Newman incubators, and I don't want
Yeah.
Sally just being an incubator where she had a baby and then they do something stupid to get off the show.
It'll be
Also,
worse than that. She'll end up being pregnant with twins that got different daddies, like Allie and Johnny.
Oh no, no,
oh
no,
my
And then
no,
lord,
no, no,
Victor
no.
can
ooh,
sit there and fight and try to coerce Sally to tell Adam that maybe he don't want to be the daddy, so Nick can be the daddy.
Just leave him with, yeah. Nick could be the better father.
Oh
Mm.
Yeah,
my
it's gonna be
lord.
who gonna be the better father, and that's who Victor gonna try to get to be the daddy for the baby that ain't the daddy baby. I have no interest in that.
First,
oh
first of
no.
all,
I
can we
don't
get
want it.
into that whole idea of a Spectra moving into General City only to become pregnant by a Newman?
Well, I don't want
Better
it.
that than a Spencer, but I digress.
Baby, you heard
I,
me all the way over here.
I don't want it. That's the whole idea with them throwing Nick at her sickened me. Can I knew the shit. I mean, why do Nick have to have everything that's Adam? Okay,
Because that's how
why?
it is with them little rich brothers. Adam ain't
Mhm.
Adam didn't have shit growing up that his mama didn't let him have. Because Hope didn't want him to have that rich life and be stuck
Right,
and all that shit. But it's like he didn't have nothing, and Nick wants to take all of nothing. Adam
everything.
in a position
Yeah,
where he can get a little something, and Nick is like, ha ha ha, I don't think so, bro.
yeah, that bastard. So
Uh-huh.
I know. So Maya's theory was that she'll be pregnant and they'll think it's Nick, and later on they'll find out it's Adam. And
And Nick will steal that baby just like he stole some.
he stole
He already
Christian.
got one stolen damn baby
He
in his house
stole
that we don't
Christian.
never see. I
All
mean, damn, they making him the Hope Logan of Genoa City.
all Nick do is
Yeah,
steal babies. He stole Summer before it came out that
he
she.
sure did. He sure
I still
did.
don't believe that Summer's his kid because that little girl's birth certificate changed so many damn times. I would just leave it alone because she married a brother now. Y'all say
Yeah,
to all they
yeah. So
did
they
was
can't
take
change it.
Cricket and
Yeah.
Scott and make that shit happen. Summer married to her brother, but then they
Oh
left
my
it alone.
gosh. Well, they already doing the bed
Ooh.
with Billy, so why
Girl,
not?
y'all better. Look. We can't be having the flowers in the attic
We
raising the
can't
cookie
talk about
monster.
that.
Ooh,
You
what kind of
They
daytime trash
Targaryens
y'all
now.
watching?
We got 2 minutes. They Targaryens now. They might as well go and dye their hair. They Targaryens.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, honey.
Targaryen.
Yes, they are. And one day we're gonna have to dig up into the house of the dragons, honey.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
Okay.
on
Now
Let me
episode.
wait
know
a minute.
whenever
I
y'all
wanted
ready.
to
Down
get
on the
in
weekend
that
or
last
something, y'all.
night. I wanted to get in that last night, but Bubbles, if it's okay with Bubbles, tomorrow at least, I would like to at least for us to do at least 15 minutes on the House of Dragon because, baby, I
I will
mean,
be. I will
our
be there for it.
finale, darling, our finale, girl. When I
I
tell
been
you,
Baby.
talking
right
with
now,
Alexandria about it on Twitter, and there was lots of stuff. I mean, and the thing is, if you read Fire and Blood or the excerpts from it, you
Yeah.
already knew what the big twist was. But
yeah,
still, it was still messed up. It still broke my heart, and I'm with everybody else. When Luke
yeah.
pulled up and saw Vagar big ass peeking over that wall, he should have went home and let that fucking Raven deliver that message. But that's another story.
Yeah, but that's
Mm.
True
okay.
story.
That's okay. I mean, that was the dream, though. But that was the dream that Viserys had. It had to come full circle, right? Because
Yeah, it did.
Alyssa, she ran over there, and she misinterpreted it because he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra. He thought he was talking to his daughter on the deathbed
Yeah,
because
he
she
did.
knew the dream. But Allison, she heard that shit, ran with it, twisted it up, and she got her own self fucked up because of her
And
own
everybody,
ambition
and everybody else.
and her own father's ambitions. Yes, she got everybody else fucked up,
I mean,
and her children about
Otto
to
happy
die.
as a pig. Otto is happy as a pig and shit, and he should be because he been working on this plan for 20 some years.
It's 9 o'clock.
Well, we'll have to get into that. I'll give y'all that time tomorrow because y'all really about it. So we'll add House of the Dragon to our discussion tomorrow and give them white haired incestuous people some time. I
I knew
sure
it was coming. I knew it was coming.
y'all gonna give them sister brother lovers.
Them dragons. We can do a little few minutes on them dragons.
I mean, and I'm thinking Damon and Rhaenyra at this point. I'm thinking it's her daddy, because I mean, oh, but I'ma just keep that for tomorrow.
Ooh, sissy.
Well, the king, he didn't have the blood of the dragon, but
He did
Rhaenyra
it.
and Damon does. So
They
that
do.
always bothered me. That always
Mm-hmm.
stuck out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, it was
But we
fun,
got,
you guys.
thank you, Papa.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
guys
much,
for
brother.
showing up. And Louisa made it tonight. She was a little
Yes,
tired last night, but she made it tonight. And everybody else that's out there in our YouTube channel, Vicky and Stefan and Jakari showed up, Electra Storm and SB Writer and Amaya, who's usually on this side of the wall. And Simone was out here tonight too. Thank you guys
Mm-hmm.
so much for following the show. Miss Queen Libra, I don't want to miss you either. But thank you guys. And if you're not following and subscribe, go ahead and do it now because we do this every week. And soon it's gonna be weekly, but that's coming, that's later. But for right now, follow us while we're doing this.
That's
All
right.
right.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good
Y'all have a
show,
good one.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night.